A woman is in the back of a cab going through some pictures she had taken with her ex-boyfriend. She deletes most of them. A few minutes later, the woman arrives at her destination. She will be the new substitute teacher at a suburban high school. The woman, Jennifer Yip, finds that the students are exiting the school for their lunch break. Fortunately, she finds a student, Don, playing on the school's field. Don agrees to show the teacher the school's offices. Here, Jennifer meets another teacher, Miss Kong, who welcomes her to the school. She mentions that Jennifer will be teaching history as the previous teacher is on maternity leave. As they are talking, the principal comes in. She welcomes Jennifer to the school. Miss Kong tells Miss Yip to start teaching the next day during the afternoon shift. On her way home, Jennifer is ambushed by her ex Chuang. Chuang begs Jennifer to take him back, but she refuses. Luckily, Jennifer's father comes to her aid and chases Chuang away. Jennifer is shaken by the encounter, so she seeks comfort in her mother's arms. Chuang was an abusive man who had Jennifer admitted to the hospital 4 times. Jennifer had also taken a break from teaching 3 years ago because of this relationship. The next day at school, she finds a note from Miss Kong advising her to start teaching Class 4E. Jennifer has trouble locating the class, but Don appears and shows her the class. Jennifer finds that the students in the class are unruly and naughty, with most preferring to play on their phones or chat with other students rather than study. Jennifer does her best to connect with the students despite their witty and sarcastic comments. That evening on her walk home, Jennifer is grabbed by a homeless man who wants her to believe in Jesus. In the process, she sees some of her students walk into a club. She follows them and sees them meet up with an older woman hooking them up with old men. Jennifer immediately intervenes, causing the girls and the clients to run away. However, she gets one girl, Carol, and asks her why she is there. Carol does not deny her involvement, remarking that she needs to make money to afford the expensive taste that she has. In school, 2 boys warn Jennifer against ratting Carol out. Jennifer is more interested in finding Don, who wasn't in class earlier. She sees her walk into the girls' bathroom, so she follows her. Unfortunately, Jennifer opens all the stalls, and Don is not inside. When she turns to leave, she finds that the door is locked. Suddenly, the bathroom doors start opening and closing repeatedly. The taps begin spraying water everywhere, and the air conditioner's fan malfunctions. The fan cuts through the room, breaking the mirror into a million pieces before stopping an inch from Jennifer's face. Blood starts dripping from the walls, forming a horrifying shape. The poor woman huddles in the corner. Hours later, Jennifer's father arranges for the police to find his daughter as she is yet to get home. The officers soon find her in the locked bathroom. Jennifer goes home to rest as she has a terrible headache. In the morning, Miss Kong calls Jennifer, worried about what happened earlier. She asks her to get some rest and report to school the next day. Jennifer and Miss Kong sit somewhere in the school so that Jennifer can share her experiences with the class. Jennifer states that Class 4E is not as bad as she thought it would be. Miss Kong's blood runs cold as soon as she hears what Jennifer has said. She establishes that they don't have a Class 4E. Jennifer is positive the class exists, so she takes Miss Kong to see it. When they get in, Jennifer is horrified to see that the room is in bad shape with destroyed desks, not the perfect class she was teaching. Suddenly, the principal arrives and shares the story of what happened. 20 years ago, a boy was heavily bullied by his classmates in Class 4E. One day, he sprayed the class with toxic gas and then lit the class on fire. The fire killed 14 people, including 2 teachers. Jennifer is horrified by the story, especially since she never heard of it. They decide to switch her afternoon classes to morning and allocate her a new class. On her way home, Jennifer is once again approached by Chuang. She ignores his advances and walks home. In front of her, Jennifer is startled to see Don. The girl advises her not to return to school. At home, Jennifer finds that her parents have invited a few Christian friends to pray for her. She joins them and starts to believe that ghosts are just illusions. The next day, Jennifer goes to her new class only to see that the same students from Class 4E are here as well. As she starts her lesson, the students' ghost faces are evident. Carol opens her mouth to release a long tongue, but before it can get Jennifer, she turns around. The ghosts start floating toward her, but she turns the next minute, so they do not attack her. Jennifer sees Don looking scared and realizes that something is wrong, so she runs out of school. She is shocked that it is evening already despite having a morning class. Once more, Don approaches and warns her to stay away. Jennifer is also startled by Chuang, who shows her a video of her talking to nothing. Jennifer is scared, so she agrees to let Chuang's ghost master help her. The master gives Jennifer a weird-looking dagger for protection. Jennifer stays home alone for a few days as her parents have traveled. One day, she gets a call from her mother, who had received a message from Jennifer saying that they should meet in school. Jennifer rushes to school and meets Don Don, who is scared that the ghosts want to hurt her mother. The two rush off to the class, where Jennifer's mother is sitting by the window's ledge. Jennifer shows the dagger that causes the ghost to screech and push her mother down. Jennifer looks at the deceased body of her mother and goes into a rage. She starts attacking the ghosts violently, eliminating every single one of them. Soon, police sirens are heard heading toward the school. It turns out that Jennifer has eliminated human students of Class 4E. Her mother had been with her father all this while. More so, the principal of the school is a man. He reveals the wall covering the accident from years ago. Jennifer is horrified when she sees that among the dead students are Miss Kong and the principal she met. Jennifer never had a job in the school either. Furthermore, Chuang had eliminated himself 2 days earlier, and the weapon that Jennifer was holding was actually a screwdriver that Chuang had used. As Jennifer is led away in handcuffs, she laughs hysterically at how those she assumed were humans are ghosts, and those she thought were ghosts are human. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.